When we have huge amounts of data, it gets difficult to manage. If you do not arrange the data in the systematic method, then it will be time-consuming to analyze the data. So let's learn one of the methods to arrange data systematically using matrix. Our objectives are to learn about matrices, to know the notation for matrices, to learn the order of a matrix, to name an element of a matrix, to learn equality of matrices. The teacher is perusing the mark list of 20 students in his class. He wants to know who has scored the maximum marks in the class in mathematics and what is the highest score. The teacher starts checking the mark list one by one. He notices the score 78 of roll number 1. He keeps checking till he comes across score 85 of roll number 14. On checking further, he gets on to roll number 18, who has got 93 marks. Thereafter, nobody has got higher than 93. He concludes that the highest marks in mathematics are 93, scored by roll number 18. Now he starts to look for the highest marks in physics. The teacher repeats the procedure and gets to know that roll number 14 got the highest score, which is 95 in physics. Seeing this, we realize that the greater the data, the harder and more time-consuming it gets to sort out the required information. The teacher has to repeat the same exercise for different subjects. To overcome this difficulty, the teacher decides to arrange the marks in rows and columns. Now let us see if this application of mathematics can make it easier for him. He arranges the information in tabular form and proceeds to find the maximum marks in physics. Now, it is comparatively easier and faster to scan the data and locate the required information. A proper presentation of the data has simplified the problem. We will confirm it as we progress with the discussion. We have seen that arranging information in a tabular form, that is, in rows and columns, helps us a great deal in analyzing the data. The arrangement of marks in this order, that is, in rows and columns, is called a matrix. What is the order of the matrix? How many elements does it have? Notation. A matrix is usually denoted by an uppercase letter like A. Each element is indicated by the corresponding lowercase letter with two subscripts, A, I, J. The first subscript indicates row and the second subscript indicates the column it belongs to. For example, matrix A. An alternative notation uses large parentheses instead of box brackets. Since matrix A has 4 rows and 3 columns, we can say matrix A is of the order 4 by 3 and is written as 4 by 3. Thus, the order of a matrix is given by number of rows by number of columns. We also notice that in this case, the matrix has 12 elements. Definition. A set of mn numbers, real or imaginary, arranged in the form of a rectangular array of m rows and n columns is called a m by n matrix. It is read as m by n matrix. A common shorthand representation for a matrix of order m by n is A is equal to Aij m by n. The element Aij belongs to ith row and jth column. The first subscript always indicates the row and the second subscript gives the column to which the element belongs. Equality of matrices. Two matrices are equal if the matrices are of the same order and their corresponding elements are equal. In this case, since both the matrices are of the same order, that is, 3 by 3, and their corresponding elements are equal, we say that matrix A is equal to matrix B. In general, two matrices A and B are equal if both the matrices are of the same order, say m by n, and Aij is equal to Bij for all I and j. To summarize, the arrangement of mn numbers in m rows and n columns is called a matrix. The order of a matrix is the number of rows by number of columns, that is, m by n. The number of elements in a matrix is the number of rows times number of columns. An element of a matrix A in the ith row and jth column is named as Aij. Two matrices are equal if they are of the same order and their corresponding elements are equal. In this video, we have learnt the way of representation of matrices. Elements can be arranged into rows and columns, and they can be easily analyzed. Want to know more about matrices? Watch our next sessions.
Keep imbibing.
When the order of both the matrices are given equal, we can easily compare two matrices. Let's solve one of the illustrations which includes the application of the equality of the matrices. If matrix x plus 2, y plus 3, 0, minus 4, z minus 3, 3 plus b, a minus 5, minus 3, 2 is equal to matrix 2x plus 1, 6, 0, minus 4, 2z minus 8, 2b minus 5, 7 minus a, minus 3, 2. Then find the values